Table Roundhouse Power Hour is on, of course, and
Yay!
you got Roaring Girl coming to you live
Yay!
from Uptown, I guess, Manhattan. I guess that's what they call it,
No, well, you're
Uptown.
uptown, I'm
I think.
downtown, so uh,
Yeah, or
either
somewhere in
way,
Manhattan.
we've both been snowed in, so you know.
Yeah, yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving that New York is blasted. That's not a bad thing. And Washington D.C. also getting blasted. So
Yeah,
KGRX,
and both cities broke
may have some issues Monday. I don't know.
broke 3-day blizzard records in one day.
Yeah.
Think about that.
So I mean, anytime New York City is much better at it than Washington D.C. But if Washington D.C. gets more than 2
we
feet
have
of
an
snow,
advantage is that we don't have to clear our budget with the legislature.
Yeah, that's true.
And
That's true.
all this nonsense in D.C. about they weren't prepared has a lot to do with the fact that D.C. has to get its budget approved by the Congress.
Yeah, that's a lot
the
of it.
Congress is like going, nah, it's okay.
Not going to happen.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it's just not going to be approved. Austerity. We cannot have any snow plows in the city.
Yeah.
Because, we don't need it. There's all that. Man, 417-717-1454. That's how you get on here. If you want to get on here, Ricky
And you can
join us
like,
in the chat.
and you can like Skype us at netroots.radio.
Yes, indeed. You need to do that anyway. You just hook us up with Netroots radio.
Just do that.
Just say contact message or whatever it is, and take care of that. So that you can add us to your contacts, and then you can just double click the contact, and you're on the air pretty much. Simple as that. Easiest way to do it, probably.
Yeah.
Just hook us up on Skype. That way you ain't got to monkey around with cell phones or this, that, or the other. Just click your Skype button and boom, you're there.
Woohoo!
Good to go. And you can also Skype on your cell phone if you want to do it that way too.
Yeah,
So,
either way, it's a free call. I mean,
they got the Skype app now on the cell phones. They're getting fancy
I've
with
had
that
my
kind of.
Skype on my cell phone for like a long time, dude. Where have you been?
Yeah. Why not?
Burp.
Free. That's not a bad thing.
And
Not bad at
Skyping
all.
us is free. Like you don't have to pay for the. Just yeah,
Right. So it's all good.
Yeah.
So that's why we do it. Ricky, the Canuckistanian, has joined us in the chat. So I want to join us there. I don't know if there's any kind of elections going on in Canada. I think they're all squared away for another year or so because the Liberals won here in November, and they should be good to go after about a year or two of Liberals setting the record straight there. Now, if we can just get that open, if we can make that magic happen over here with either Hillary or Bernie, I don't care which one of us. One of them.
Well, if Bernie gets in, and then we have either Trump or Cruz, Bloomberg is going to jump in.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to file by March 3rd, set by the deadline. If nothing else, put the fear of God into Republicans.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
and it's going to be really interesting too because Trump has openly declared himself to be anti-Jewish. He retweeted an image of Sanders going into a gas chamber with Trump's face in the forefront on the Nazi, putting him there. So we can, everybody went batshit over Cruz's Jew baiting with the media and money quote because that was the key in the New York values thing. But yet nobody is really flipping out over the white supremacist shit that he is just, I saw my name and retweeted it. If you don't read what's being put out there, it has your name in it. No wonder you ended up funding your casinos with fucking junk bonds after telling the New Jersey Casino Commission that, no, they're not going to be junk bonds. No, not going to happen. Loser. Such a negotiator. That's why his casinos went bankrupt. He had to go to junk bonds. He's a shitty negotiator. The only thing he's
Apparently-
good at
apparently
is selling
it's,
the rights to use his name.
Yeah, on stuff. Yeah. Other than that, probably wasted away a fortune rather than actually created one. So there you go.
Well, why do you think he always sues people who claim he's not a
still, he's got
billionaire?
lots-
He
Yeah,
actually
billionaire.
threatened. He actually threatened to sue a reporter that brought that up. That well-documented fact about what he said to the Casino Commission in New Jersey to get the license for his Atlantic City casino. He threatened to take the man to court.
Yeah.
And Glenn Beck has come out against Trump because he's afraid of what this man would do if he became president and had the power of the government behind him to go after the people who say mean things about him.
Yeah.
And he brought up Nixon. Those of us who remember Nixon and the lists with the IRS were like, Nixon actually did use the IRS to go after his enemies, whereas Obama did not and never did. But yeah. Then there's this other issue of that we should all be concerned about, because I think it speaks to the fact that he's a lot like the lead character in Chess, in the musical Chess, who in one of his songs says, "They don't care how I move my pieces."
Okay.
Because no matter what he does, it's like, oh man, look at that move. It's so unconventional. And it's the same thing with Trump. They don't care what he says. He said at a rally that I could go out onto Fifth Avenue and shoot someone and I wouldn't lose voters.
He could. I believe that to be true.
Because he
Only
also...
because
people
just are looking for somebody like Donald
No,
Trump.
he's also... what he is saying is the police would be afraid to arrest me.
That could be too. Yeah, it might be that too.
I have given these people so much money they can't touch me.
Right.
He's thinking in the way of a mobster. I bought you. I mean, he went after everybody running after him. Like, oh yeah, they all came to me for money, and now look, they have the balls to like trying to, oppose me. They owe me. I don't owe them. They owe me.
Right.
They need to just leave and get out.
Exactly. Yeah, so there's that. I mean, that whole thing. I could shoot, a bunch of people on.
No, he just said I could shoot
Broadway.
someone. He just said I could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue. Yeah. What he said is
right.
I could go out of my building, stand in front of Trump Tower, pull a gun and randomly shoot someone, and basically saying nobody would be surprised.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
He's kind of sort of admitting to having a homicidal streak within him.
Could be, yeah. There might be that to it. Yeah, there might be a little bit of that to it. But and maybe he's pulled the trigger once before. You never know.
Well, his boys go around shooting, animals in Africa.
Ah, there you go.
Let's go hunt a human being.
Yeah.
Let's go hunt a human being.
I don't know. It's Trump being Trump. That's all. I mean, but he's right. He wouldn't lose any voters. There's no question about that.
He's not. I don't think it's Trump being Trump. I don't think it's Trump being Trump anymore. He's trying to, it goes towards his tough guy image, that I would kick in the ass of anybody nation, foreign leader. I'm dangerous, man. Don't fuck. I'm crazy dangerous. What he's doing is he's proving to everybody else that he's too fucking crazy to even get near to that suitcase with all the nuclear codes in it.
Right. Yeah, because he will thump somebody. Damn it.
Because,
no problem.
He takes everything as a personal slight, which is, not a good thing.
You just got to figure that eventually this Trump thing goes away, but so far it's
if he loses, well, he actually, in South Carolina, somebody asked him what happened if he didn't get the nomination. He says, well, then I wasted my time. So he sees this nothing more as like a reality show where he is expected to be the winner. By God, he had better be the winner.
Yeah,
And if
that's
he
the
doesn't get,
expectation
and
is
if the
always.
and the people who
So,
don't, and if people don't vote for him, well, then he just wasted his time.
right.
So
And,
he's
it's
already. I mean,
Trumpian.
that
I don't know.
statement. No, statement means that he's got a complete disdain for his fans. Um, and he's gonna. I mean, you're gonna have if he just think of the stink that will rise out of his pants if he doesn't win Iowa or the Iowa caucuses or New Hampshire.
Well, he's
It'll
got
be
to
an
win
even
one of them at least, I
it'll
would
be
say.
an
Yeah.
even bigger stink if he doesn't win either one of those.
Yeah. If he doesn't win, if he goes 0 for 2, he's in trouble. Yeah.
Oh no, he'll just turn his people. I would say if he loses both of those,
Yeah.
all those little petty things of violence we saw against people who didn't applaud loudly enough for dear leader are going to go batshit, and you will see violence in the streets because, you know, he's Donald Trump. How dare you? How dare you, caucusers, not vote for me and give me your delegates? You should be
Right.
giving me your delegates. Just,
Absolutely. Yeah.
and
I mean, somebody's got to beat Hillary, and I guess it might as well be the Donald. I guess the
no,
way
he won't. The reason he went after the National Review is because they said mean things about him. Conservatives are saying, no, real conservatives. They weren't nice to
the real
him.
McCoys. Yeah.
I mean, even Ed Meese. Ed Meese wrote an essay slamming Trump. And for those of you that are old enough, Edwin Meese served in I want to say Nixon White House, but I think it was Reagan. But let me go to the search engine and
Google.
ask.
Yeah. I think it was Reagan too. I don't think it goes back as far as Nixon, but it might have. He might have served in some capacity under Nixon too. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it was Reagan as far as the uh, not the DA. What do you call it? Attorney General.
Yeah.
The top cop.
Yeah, he served in
the Reagan administration or something like that. I think it was like that.
He was. Edwin Meese, who was directly involved in Reagan's in Iran-Contra.
Yeah, there you go. But memories fade after about 100 years of we've been we get older and that Reagan administration gets further in the rearview mirror, no doubt.
Oh, but he just brought it right up. But he just brought it right up because brought it right back because when you got somebody that broke federal law to sell arms to embargoed Iran.
Yeah.
Then you're
Not
in trouble.
Good thing. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Ricky from the chat chimes in that the Donald is not going to make it through New Hampshire, so he can pretty much puts an end to that right there. I think. I think the Donald's going to have a tough time of it. I think winning some of these. He can rally these troops and everything, but I don't know if he's going to get these votes that he thinks he's going to get. So maybe it might happen. If it does, we face the Donald in November. That would be interesting. That'd be pretty much interesting. I know it would pretty much screw the Republican Party because they're not in favor of the Donald. He does not represent the party as they see it. So it'd be fun. It'd be fun just to see that magic happen, to see what happens to the GOP with the Donald as the nominee.
Yeah, and all of these constitutionalists can also thank Edwin Meese for giving them the concept of constitutional originalist.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, good stuff. Anytime you can drag somebody out of the Reagan administration, you're doing pretty good. Quite a while ago, and some of them, still alive, so still out there fighting the fight.
Well, for those of you who also don't remember, Ronald Reagan gave us the concept of tomato ketchup, of ketchup as a vegetable.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, no question. Uh, I don't know if that was part of the school lunch program or
Yes.
something, but I remember that
Yeah.
happening. That
It was part of the
yeah,
school lunch
ketchup
program.
was yeah,
Ketchup is a vegetable.
ketchup is a vegetable. So if you got your ketchup, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Count that as a veggie.
And
And
government cheese.
yeah, so I mean, there's all kinds of that going on. There's something about the lunch program, the school lunch program, that the government feels it has to get involved in that,
Well,
some
they
capacity.
sort of have to, otherwise, it would be served up as completely sugary shit. Well, the government decided that
Yeah, and it would
vegetables had
probably
to be
launch.
real vegetables, and the snack food industry decided no, we need to be able to say, they were able to dilute down one of the um, laws about nutritious school foods.
Yeah,
Oh, and I read a really interesting article that um, about how the loss of recess is leading to has led to all of these kids being diagnosed with all sorts of attention issues.
yeah.
How the loss of school play.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I
no.
look back,
Remember how?
when I was in school.
When we started. I remember. Even though I am, as you can tell, extremely distractible. I
Yeah,
was a little
yeah,
better about being able to sit still and focus after
right,
recess, after going outside and running around.
right.
And they have discovered that, if you get some activity, you can focus better.
There you
All of
go.
the kids,
Yeah,
all of
it's
a
wonderful.
sudden, being diagnosed. How many of the children being diagnosed with attention issues or behavior issues in school is because they don't have any place to expend their energy, or they're bored.
That could very well be. I mean, recess is definitely important, especially in elementary school, because I mean,
But you see,
you get gym class after the seventh grade or so,
yeah, but
uh,
going outside and play wastes valuable time that could be better served learning how to take a fucking test.
I guess.
But it's also
I
a
guess.
question of the schools and liability. And having,
I
oh
don't
my
know.
God, your little daughter fell down and scraped her knee.
Yeah.
I'm suing you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're suing your ass.
We're suing you. So the kids can't. So nobody goes out and
Yeah.
play because, God forbid, you fall down and scrape your knee. Remember scraping your knee, and mom and dad didn't get all upset
I
about it,
do. As a matter
get
of
their
fact,
knickers in a
yeah.
wad over it.
Yeah.
I got hit
You
in the
get
head.
that
Yeah,
spray stuff out.
I mean,
Get that on.
I got
And you
hit in the
put the
head
band-aids
at
on.
recess with a dodgeball. While I was jumping rope, and my
There
parents
you go.
were not, didn't flip out, and it was recess. It was an errant
Right.
dodgeball. It wasn't aimed at me.
Right.
At least I don't think it was aimed at
Yeah.
me. I was jumping rope,
Oh,
several,
probably not.
you know, oh,
Very much a random act there, I think.
yeah, because
Uh,
dodgeball at that time was played with one ball that got thrown, not two teams
there you go.
with
There you
balls
go.
throwing at each other. And the idea
Yeah.
was you guys in the circle get to dodge the ball that's being thrown.
There
Made
you
it
go.
much
Right.
more interesting.
Yes.
Instead of two teams throwing balls at each other, why don't
Right. Get some people in the middle there. I like that.
Yeah, it was a great game. I loved playing dodgeball. I loved dodgeball. I just wish
Yeah.
somebody had told me I was playing it while I was jumping rope. Yeah, because
Exactly.
what I remember from that day at recess, 6th grade, is that I was jumping rope. I was up in the air, and the next thing you know, my little butt I was like down on the ground coming to. I don't even recall the ball hitting me in the head. And there was teachers, so, a couple of teachers around me. And I was like, And my parents were so sure nothing was wrong with me. We did not even go to, the teachers were. I don't think I was taken to the nurse's office. I'm pretty damn sure my parents were never called because I don't remember
Right.
I don't remember going to the hospital, to the ER for that.
Hell no. Not a chance of that happening back in those days.
Well, actually, if I hadn't come to, that probably then it would have been an issue. But it was like
that
I
might
was
have
up
been,
up in the air, down on the ground, and I think
yeah.
you know.
But I don't remember any ADD kids, and when I went to school, they were just
Well, you probably do.
it
They
was
were
unheard of.
well, you probably do because those were the kids who couldn't sit still that were disrupting the class.
Yeah, they might have been. Yeah, just no diagnosis back then, I guess.
No,
But,
I mean, like I said,
I don't know.
like I said, I had a classmate ask me if I was on amphetamines after we saw a movie about them and how they make you behave. So she observed that something was. So she had been observing that there was like something going on with me. So if she did, I've got to presume the teacher did and just decided to ignore it. Because it was just easier to say, "Oh, she's just not trying hard enough."
Yeah.
But that's like
because I was usually dozing off in class and usually getting an eraser thrown my way.
Okay, so you had attention issues.
I don't know if I just bored. I think
you had it. Okay, that is what I always said. That's what I said. That's what I always said. I don't have. I get bored easy.
Yeah, so just I not off.
So you had it. So I was right. So you had. You were. So you had attention deficits. You got bored.
I probably
so
still do, but
probably.
Yeah.
Takes one to know one, Wink. And if
I guess.
And
I don't know.
Guy,
but,
people out in the world, if you ever want to see something really fucking hilarious, watch two extremely attention deficit people try and collaborate.
Yeah, not very well. It doesn't work very well, but we make the best of it. We do make the best of it.
And I'm talking from experience. And you're listening.
So when you're listening. By Radio Row,
you're listening to the Roundhouse Power Hour here on netrootsradio.com.
Yes.
Give us a call at 417-717-1454.
717, yeah.
See, I'm also mathematically learning disabled. Or you can Skype us at netroots.radio. You can join us in the chat room.
Yeah, you can. We're in there.
But especially if you're at listening to us on our homepage.
But yeah, stop by Radio Row in St. Louis. So if you're going there, if you're going down 16, stop by Radio Row. We'll be out.
Bring us snacks. We like snacks.
Yeah, it's always good to bring us coffee, snacks, one or the other. Yeah.
Bring us food.
Yeah, we do that. So bring something. A cup of coffee would be awesome.
Yeah, bring us food. We can be bribed.
Yeah. Yes, we can be bribed. So yeah, just bring something. Maybe
I just want everybody out there in Radio Land just to take a listen. Now you have to be quiet, Wink. Hear that? That is the sound of New York City after a blizzard. I have my window open.
Yeah,
and you hear nothing going by.
It's usually you hear sirens and all that stuff. I know.
I've been loving it. It's been very good for my nervous system because I haven't had all of this auditory sensory input. It's been great.
You got a window open, or is it too cold tonight?
No, I got a window open.
Okay. Yeah, because it's 2 degrees here? No, it's -2 degrees. So it's gone down below zero tonight.
It has stopped snowing here. So
that's good. It stopped snowing in New York. I didn't think it'd be too much of a big deal there because.
No. We actually broke a snowfall record. We're now like in the top 3 of the top 5 blizzards for snowfall in Central Park.
Yeah.
And while it took when they were showing the list, it took like the 3 of them. It took like 3 days to hit.
Right.
Where it took them 3 days to hit 20 inches of snow in Central Park.
Yep.
It only took us 1 day.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So they come in there pretty good.
Yeah.
I did see a picture of Times Square. It looked like they were piling it up there.
Now, everybody, streets were devoid of vehicles and a lot of people just hanging out in actually having to keep moving because there was like nowhere to sit because everything was like covered in snow.
Right.
But, yeah,
Love it though. So
Yeah.
you're gonna be the city's still gonna be closed down tomorrow, essentially,
Well,
and
yeah,
then you
I
continue to
will
clean
know.
up.
I will like. Well, I will know like. Uh. Hang on. I hear a snow. I hear a snow plow.
Yeah.
I'm leaving it open because I still need some air coming through. Um. That if the crosstown, I don't even know if I'm gonna if my the store at my the Best Buy that I work at weekends is gonna be open tomorrow or later today. I just don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
You'd
it's
have to
like
call in and find out about the.
why is it saying it's minus 2.1 degrees here?
Yeah, probably not. That might well, it might be -2. It's -2 here, so it might be -2 there.
Let me go check my real thing here. Whoop.
Yeah. So
Oh,
we're 2 below 0 tonight. And yeah, it's nippy. I noticed that coming home from work tonight.
now it's
It's
27
a
degrees.
tad bit
That's
nippy out.
so wrong. That is so
Yeah, there you go.
wrong.
27.
It's saying
That's not bad.
yeah, it's 27, but
Not
it
great,
feels
but not
like
bad.
22
Yeah, I gotta say it probably feels like 17
with
there in
light
New York. It's
snow.
still nippy.
I'm going with
Yeah,
weather underground. Okay, why is my like
I like that.
that is so fucking wrong.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it was nice to see New York get hit. Washington D.C. got, of course, got hit with a lot of snow.
Yeah.
Somebody in Virginia got 40 inches. Somebody out there in Virginia somewhere got 40
Yeah,
inches
there
of
were like a
snow.
lot of people who were
The most I saw.
um
That's huge. That's a huge
stranded
amount of
because
snow.
of a jackknife
Yeah,
tractor trailer that just totally backed up the highway near the Kentucky Virginia border. And then there were some
yeah,
people in Pennsylvania that also got stranded on the roads because of a truck accident.
yep.
And they're still being dug out in Philly in Pennsylvania. Haven't heard about what's going. I
No
think the
doubt.
folks in don't know what's going on at the Kentucky Virginia border either. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, probably not. Probably don't know what's going on. The thing is, once you get north of Hershey, Pennsylvania, going this way, it usually gets more and more like Scranton and all those cities are more prepared to handle this crap. But once you get south of Harrisburg, nobody does.
I just looked over at the chat
So
room. Ricky says, "Now I know what my job would be if I went." And she's talking about if she goes to St. Louis, uh, she'd be getting
yeah,
coffee.
yeah, she'd be chasing after the coffee. There's no question about that. Yeah, coffee runs are good. Yeah, if you're there in St. Louis, this NN16, just stop by Radio Row with a cup of coffee would be awesome, awesome. Because yeah, we're always looking for that. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Keep that coffee cup 24/7, pretty much. So yeah,
You
it's
know,
good.
we could always do what I did in Detroit and have my little cooler bag filled with stuff, but nobody partook of the largesse.
Yeah, if we get there early enough and get to the C&J bash there, the Wednesday night with Bill and Portland, Maine and company, might put that up. Might post that up on one of the Bamboos accounts or Periscope or one of those where you can see some of the festivities going on there at that party. If we get there,
Well,
early enough,
then
our
you
flight
realize,
gets
of
in.
course, we would
All
have to
that.
be like, have to find a Costco, buy a membership, and go from there.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt about that. But the C&J dinners are usually pretty good. A lot of people that from
Well, then
Daily
we
Kosher
should
there,
just
of course.
let them know it like they're like with the that stop by the table, we have bribes.
Yeah, exactly.
We will bribe you to come by and join us.
Certainly, yeah. To see what's going on there. Get a little look at the behind the scenes stuff that goes on.
Yeah,
here
watch a bunch of drama queens flip out. Yeah.
We try to crowd.
We should have the first histrionic personality to sort of reward.
Yeah. We got a table that supports two people's worth of gear, and we got 3 people with us trying to put their gear
Yeah.
on there. It's a
Yeah.
wrap.
It's
It looks like a Three Stooges kind of setup. There's freaking cables everywhere, but
well,
somehow it
that is
works.
something. Well, yeah. You just have to remember that you don't have to bring every fucking cable you own. Wink.
Yeah, that I own. As far as
Seriously. I
try
in
to streamline that a little bit. Yeah.
in when we were in Phoenix last year, Wink brought a box that had every single cable he ever purchased.
Yeah, I got every cable I own in that box,
But
plus
it's
of
like
course
you
50 feet of Ethernet cable when you need that or whatever. And yeah, well, I'll be
but you
bringing that
didn't. Yeah,
again, of
no, no,
course.
no, 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 no. Please don't.
But
Just bring the cables you need. You'll be so much happier, Wink. You know,
all right, yeah,
you won't
and
end up getting,
it might be like
randomly searched by the
yeah,
TSA
they
because they're
they
going
do
to say, what
search
the
you on the
hell are
plane.
all
So
of
what the hell is
these
that?
RCA cables, and
It does
what's
look like a
this?
bomb on
What's that?
the X-ray.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? Sir, we're gonna have to search your bag here. Looks like you're bringing on a bomb. Yeah, okay, all right, all right,
You're
go
going to
ahead.
have
Yeah,
to come in and,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, just try to keep it somewhere in the order that you see it there. I don't, it's hard enough to pack as it is. So,
yeah.
but yeah, I've had that happen a couple times last year, coming and going. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it'd be,
But that's why we're going to check everything this year, so we ain't going to go through that freaking
yeah,
nonsense.
it's like, well, it's not so much to
Oh
that. It's
my
just that
God.
when you get that box to the convention site, it's just like, why? You should bring
Yeah,
the
we got
box,
more
but
gear than
leave it in the room and just bring the cables you
yeah,
need.
leave it in the hotel room. Yeah,
You know,
yeah, just so we can come back and get it.
and separate the cables into bags. So like you're not like
Yeah,
trying. So everything is like not all knotted together like old Christmas lights.
yeah. You don't know if it's the USB cable or other freaking, just
Yeah,
a
I mean,
charging
dude.
jack cable or whatever the hell you got. You don't know what there's so many freaking cables going on. But we'll do what we can. I'll probably bring it, but I'll probably just leave it in the hotel room just in case we need it for anything. I just mostly bring it because you never know who's going to show up, essentially. But yeah, we'll be ready to go. Just stop by Radio Row. I mean, we're 6 months out. Yeah, we're still 6 months away, but then it
Yes.
goes by quickly. I noticed once you get the other side of January 1, going toward the event, it gets there in a hurry. So I know we're in trouble.
Yeah.
It seems like we're already behind the 8 ball. We still got 6 months to go, but there's
No, we're
never
not.
enough time to prepare.
No, we're not.
But we'll be all right. We'll get there. Should be fun. Like I say, if you get to the C&J diner or diner dinner, just go to that thing. Sign up for that. It's on one of the Daily Coast
Yeah.
CUA diner, CUA diaries, and just look for that, and you can sign up, get your name on the board for the C&J dinner there at Wednesday night. It's the night before the event starts, and so get your
But
make sure you get your plane in there sometime. But the only thing with plane travel today, you don't know if you're getting delayed for this, delayed for that, delayed, because they basically use the plane for 14 different stops. It's almost like a freaking trolley car. These planes, trolley car with wings.
speak for yourself.
So
I'm not the one that has to go from wherever you are to Philadelphia for your flight.
Yeah. You got to make about 14 stops to get where you want.
That's
But,
dude, just drive. I got an idea. Why don't you just drive your ass to Newark International?
That might be the way to do it. Actually, I'm actually thinking about doing that. Just driving to Newark and then go from there.
And then I can laugh at you when you don't get on the flight.
Yeah, because Newark is only 5.5 hours. I can get to Newark in 5.5.
You got parking there, and
Yeah, I got parking.
Get to see another part of New Jersey.
Yeah. Well, I've actually been in and out of Newark Airport a few times, so it's I mean, I know it's been dressed up since, but remodeled and what have you. But I've spent a few trips in and out of Newark, so yeah, we know where that is. Obviously not too far from Manhattan, so it's always nice. It's no further than Manhattan than JFK is, actually, when you look at it that way.
But it's actually more convenient. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
For me to get out,
JFK is ridiculous.
For me to get out to either LaGuardia or JFK, I have to take transport. Well, with LaGuardia, I have to go to the end of the line on the M60 bus.
There you go.
And
you cannot get to those airports from Manhattan.
And I have, to get to JFK, I have to go virtually to the end of the A line on the Far Rockaway line. So it's actually faster for me to go to Newark.
Oh hell yeah, no question.
I mean, either one of the, well, but either way, you still have to make a transfer. But I am not spending. But I'm not making local stops. I'm not making. I don't have to work. I'm not making local stops. It takes like an hour and a half to get out to to JFK from here.
Yeah, I can believe that. Yeah.
And it takes far less time than that to go from here to Newark International, to Liberty International.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're saving a half hour easy.
Well, New Jersey Transit doesn't make. New Jersey Transit makes Madison Square Penn Station is the only New York City Manhattan stop for New Jersey Transit, and it doesn't make its first Jersey stop is Secaucus. So, it's pretty fast, and it's less stressful. It's seriously less stressful. Even though it's easier to get lost at Newark.
Yeah. Oh, much more. Yeah. JFK is just a joke. That airport's 50 years old, and they've remodeled here and there, but oh my God, it's tragic.
Oh, well, what they're going to do with JFK and LaGuardia is essentially what they did with the Staten Island Ferry Terminal. The Staten Island Ferry Terminal was actually temporary because the original one burnt in the 60s. And they built the monstrosity that we have today as a temporary terminal.
Right.
And all they did was essentially put a new face on it.
Yeah.
And get rid of all the food places.
Yeah.
Basically, they gentrified it to get the guys get the people who hung out the homeless and the beggars, change catchers, out of there. Because there's no longer really any place for them to be able to hang out all night long.
Right.
And then the geniuses doing the extension of the extension new number one stop there. The geniuses managed to crack something that couldn't be repaired because it's and so the brand new final stop on the one line has been closed since the hurricane. And we are back to having to,
which is typical,
And we are back to having to be in the first 5 cars in order to get off in order to get off the train at South Ferry to pick at the ferry.
Oh yeah.
Of course, we've got the nice brand new terminal, the new station, but you were still using the old platforms, which makes it really stupid dangerous at a rush hour.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Wine bitch moan.
Well, anything temporary they put up in New York usually lasts about 100 years.
Well, the only reason they actually finished the station with they did that is because of the Republican convention. They had to have it done by the time the convention came through. So that's the only reason it was done.
Right.
I mean, the Staten Island side, the ferry building on the Staten Island side is really nice.
There you go. As well it should be.
It's really nice. Lots of food places, got a little esplanade where you can walk and watch the water. They're going to build a large fucking Ferris wheel
kind
there.
Of a modern setup, yeah.
Yeah. They might be getting new boats, which would be great, And the ferry is another really nice, relaxing thing to do because it's 20 minutes to just relax and not do anything, and then you get to walk around and then take it back. So it's a nice way to just relax, and then you get to watch people. As soon as the people rush the boats when they board, like they're not going to get a seat. Like, oh my God, I got to get this, And it's really pretty funny watching people run. needing to get onto the boat when the gates are just open and it's boarding. When you're running late and you see the door closing, then I can see you running to try and get through. And the ferry guys are really nice because they will, if they see you running towards the doors as it's closing, they will like stop it and let you go through.
Oh yeah,
because they're really nice guys. I like the guys who run the ferry boats. And yeah.
Yeah, but if you're flying in and out of New York, just take Newark. Don't even bother with
Liberty International. You got the air train, takes you right to New Jersey Transit. Takes you right into Midtown, essentially Midtown, Penn Station, Madison Square Garden. And from there, you can grab a taxi, you can grab a bus, you can grab a subway.
Wherever the hell
and you can get a subway, uptown where
Penn Station, take you pretty much anywhere. So yeah, you're good to go. And probably the easiest way to get in and out of New York really is Newark, even though you think, oh my God, it's a state.
So
it's
far away.
It's basically 10 minutes away.
It's really not. I mean, for me, I just have to get on the train, make a transfer at here come the snowplows.
There you go.
That's the only street sound I've heard all day. Has been that.
Probably all you're going to hear, I think, today. Yeah. Even the cabbies, I guess, gave it a.
Oh no, there was travel ban. Yeah. No vehicles on the streets, period, because of the whiteout blizzard conditions.
Right.
And but still, the quiet is so nice. Wink.
Not bad. 417-777-1454. If you want to get on here, that's one way to get on here. And chat about whatever. We're just chatting about Manhattan.
We're just blithering. This is you're listening to the Roundhouse Power Hour blitherings of whatever we want to say here on netrootsradio.com.
Hell yeah. Always good. And like I say, that's the best airport to get in and out of New York. Just go right to Newark and you're good to go. As far as St. Louis goes, man, it's like I say, it's a million miles away. Yeah, we're still a long way from St. Louis, but
and we're talking about it already. Does that tell you how badly we need to get out of New York? How badly we need that mental health break called Netroots Nation?
yes, we do. Actually, see other people that are of the same kind of mainframe, whatever. Yeah. So it's good. It's always good. And I think with the 2016, you're going to see Bernie there. You're going to see a lot of people there. So, you're going to see all your politicians there for the most part. Grayson will probably be there from Florida.
Well, it's nice to know that you are so hopeful about that, Wink, after
last year's debacle.
Yes. I don't think Sanders. No, I seriously, I don't think any of the candidates are going to show up because they can't trust what Netroots, what they're told. A lot of trust was broken last year.
Well, Netroots has got to get their act together. No question about that. That's one thing. They just didn't seem to have their I's dotted or T's crossed at all last year on much of anything. So, that's
the whole thing is that, from various tweetings that I had been reading, it got out of hand. They said yes, you can go after O'Malley.
Yeah, you could.
And then they totally, because that was that whole thing is that they were trying to focus on Martin O'Malley and his his stewardship of Baltimore and his stewardship as governor. But then they decided to go after, the other old white guy.
Yep.
And it took the leader of that group to say, I don't give a shit who, I'm not voting. I don't give a shit sadly, for people who supported her and the movement to understand that it was, she was playing everybody, that they were being played.
Yeah.
And if you notice, after she came out with that comment, from what I can see, I can still see the Black Lives Matter hashtag. And it's a very important movement because there is a major issue with white supremacists, Confederate sympathizers, and all the all the racial animosity not being played out in public like it used to when you had Klan riots and all this, but making it more palatable and keeping it, under wraps, behaving civilized, and then becoming first responders where you can express it better because, and the idea that you have neo-Nazis and white supremacists and Ku Klux Klan joining the police forces has been going on since 1998, so it's nothing new. It's only now people are beginning to talk about it because the violation of civil rights has become so egregious. And yes, and I've said this before, the Constitution affords us the freedom of association. But I am also of the opinion that those associations should preclude you from certain jobs of public trust. You wanna hang out with neo-Nazis and wear swastikas and Confederate flags and hoods and whatever else, brown shirts, and celebrate Hitler's birthday, fine, but I firmly think that political belief should preclude you from becoming a cop, a firefighter, or any other first responder.
There you go. Yeah.
Because with that mindset, you cannot serve the public who is paying you to protect you. And it's not just, the wealthy white people. Everybody's taxes goes to pay a policeman's salary, a firefighter's salary, and if you're an EMT on the at the fire department or the police force, we're paying your salary. If you're working for a private company, that's different.
Yeah.
You're not being paid by us unless you've got a city contract or a state contract. Then you have to equal, fair housing and all of those civil rights, equal protection applies. Yeah, and so that's rant on.
All that more, yeah. I know. Yeah, that's always going to be the case, I guess. I mean, people are going to bitch about that, I guess, but that's what tax dollars support, essentially, is health, safety, and all that good stuff. So, I mean,
yes, but we're paying for it. So, if you're a city cop, you have an obligation to every citizen, not just the ones with white skin, but you have an obligation to every citizen to treat,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things going on. Well, why aren't they, shooting up the refuge? Well, because they all remember Waco, and they don't want a repeat of that. And a lot of people are pissed off about that. But, you don't play into their hands. You don't give them what they want.
Yep, exactly.
And there is a meeting, a town hall, a Harney County judge is holding a meeting for county residents only. And they moved the venue, to a larger space. But there were some ground rules laid that you had to prove, tickets were on a first come, first serve basis. You had to prove you were a resident of the county, which pissed off everybody who's not a resident of the county, because they want to influence the county, do all the things that college students are supposed to do when they register to vote at college. And you can't bring firearms, and they're going to be walked through metal detectors and bag searches. That is how concerned they are about the possibility of some idiot with a gun in one of their meetings. That they're having Israeli-styled, security, nightclub-styled, velvet rope security issues. I went to a theater party, and it was at a nice club, but you had to go through a metal detector and have your bag searched. And I had just come from a show, so I had my Leatherman tool. I had my stage manager's tools with me, which included a Leatherman knife, which they didn't take from me, but still. They made all of us walk through a metal detector and get wanted to make sure we were not carrying weapons.
Right.
And that, that's nightclub bullshit.
It is. Yeah.
We also got jackasses who are complaining about the travel ban and don't go on the roads and this. How dare you? You're like violating my constitution.
Yeah. And I have the right to. I have a car and a car keys, so I have the right to go anywhere.
No, I have the right to get stuck in the snow, so you can't clean it. So you can't clean the streets. Right. Sure, go ahead, asshole, drive. Get stuck in the snow, and I hope that when they come and pull you out, you get presented with a bill that you have to pay on the spot.
There you go. $250. There you go.
No, it should hurt them more.
Okay.
Because it's the white guys that go out and do it. You don't have the money? No. Okay, fine. We're going to impound your. Okay, we're going to impound your car.
There you go. At $150 a day.
Yep.
So get here early, get your car back. Yeah, because you leave it there 3-4 days, you're looking at $500-600. It gets to be up there pretty good on the expense account.
Well, I think if it's towed during a because you broke a travel ban, and you caused other issues to arise, then yeah. Civil disobedience is great, but not when somebody else's safety is at stake.
Yeah, and the
Yo, idiot! There could have been a fire, and because of your ass hattery, your building burned down because the plows couldn't plow around you, so emergency vehicles couldn't get to the building to put the fire out and save your family.
Yep.
Cool.
There is that.
Yep.
A lot of side streets in New York.
Yeah, that's why it's a wonder if there's going to be if we're going to get plowed up here. We're not as important as Midtown.
No, not at all. You got to take care of Midtown first.
Although we will become really important because right now up the Upper West Side has all of the gas stations. There are only like 3 gas stations left in the Midtown area.
In New York, yeah, and they're all up your way, yeah.
Which is why gas is so expensive in New York City. It's still like $3.60 a gallon, as opposed to being under. Yeah. Oh yeah, there was a story done on the news about the fact that gas prices have fallen everywhere but New York City, and it's because there's no competition amongst the gas stations. There's
Yeah.
Because landlords are greedy. What's going to be great is that the minute there are no more gas stations in New York City, the the cabbies will be out of business.
Right.
Because they won't be able to, real estate speculation and development in New York City is killing the taxi cab industry.
There you go. Yeah, I remember driving into D.C. on fumes and on the Beltway and trying to find a gas station, and you can't get them off the exits because they don't want, I guess, people to see gas stations at exit ramps. So you got to drive further away off the exit to find a gas station. I just said, "Oh my God! I just hope I get the right one." Yeah, there's no gas station.
I think I was listening yesterday, but there was a Hess station at 45th and 10th, or 44th and 10th. I think they said that was gone.
Yeah.
Because
I know
God forbid you have something people actually need other than a fucking apartment building. Right. And the guys with the carriages have a valid point about their mistrust of having all the stables moved to Central Park. They're convinced that they're being asked to do that because of the land that the stables are on is more valuable being developed. The owners of those stables want to sell the land, and they want
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. The guy's probably going to hang on to it though.
No. Right? No, he wants to sell. He's going to get it. There are negotiations. So because where is the guy who owns the stables? Where are they going to go? Where are the stable owners going to go?
Jersey, maybe New Jersey.
Are they going to be given the stable rights In Central Park, hell no. The city's going to get
all.
that money for rent.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt about it.
So it's to their advantage,
go to Jersey.
you know, and it's to their advantage to,
Maybe
you know,
Queens,
to help push for that. No, then the carriage, you know, is, you know, then there's going to be developed, and every this city will soon be nothing but apartment buildings, banks, and Dwayne Reeds.
That's it. That's about it. Pretty much what you need. The first floor of those apartment buildings will be retail. After that, it's all housing, basically. But yeah, or banking. Maybe the first floor is banking.
Well, it's like, no. Can guarantee that the two major markets that closed in my neighborhood are going to be turned into banks. Because the banks are the only one that can afford that much space. I live on the Upper West Side, ladies and gentlemen, and my neighborhood is a fucking food desert.
Yeah.
Don't laugh. It's true. I have to walk down. I have to walk 8 blocks to get to a market that has fresh vegetables.
Right.
That has a really good produce section.
That's a hike. When you got to go that far, it's a hike.
Or I have to go cross town and do my shop, or I have to go cross town to get to good produce and reasonable prices.
Cross over to Joyce or something.
No, just do the cross town 86 to the fairway on 86th.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah.
You know, or walk down the same thing. Walk down to the fairway.
Yeah.
On 75th. Yeah. So it's like either, you know, used to be able to walk up 5 blocks to the Food Emporium, which had a great, man, it had a really fucking awesome produce section. It was really, really good. But I will say Fairway has you walk into a Fairway here and you're just looking at this wall, you know, like 86th Street. Yeah, like half when you walk. Fairway does it right. Really good supermarkets do it right and how they lay it out.
Yep.
And that is the first thing you do is you walk into the produce section. You are funneled into the fruits and vegetables. So those are like the first things you buy. And then
first
from there you're
right there, boom.
Yes. So because it's known that you will purchase what the first things you see. And if you walk into a market and the first things you see are fresh fruit and vegetables, you're going to put some of those into your basket.
Yep.
And then once you do that, like the Fairway on 86th Street, half of the first floor or a third of the first floor, half, is produce. And fruits and vegetables.
Right.
Everything else is and you've got your bulk nuts and your foods to go and your deli department and your olive bar, and then you go downstairs for everything else. Right. You go downstairs and you're basically it opens up into the olive oils.
There you go. We got about 30 seconds. But if you're shopping in New York, go to Fairways. Definitely get a little bit better deal and better opportunity there. Be back here next Saturday, of course, and of course tomorrow night got the Gibbers. So tune in for that as well.
More of this, but Wink gets to do it all by himself.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everybody.
Everybody's welcome to call in. Anyway, we're out of here. See everybody next Saturday night.